guys, we're back at it with another video. I said we're because this is Flair. Today we're gonna be talking about the time my mom said, she literally said that she was gonna get a, I don't want to say the word because allegedly they say YouTube don't like this word, but G-U-N, I'm probably gonna put it on the screen, but a pew pew, you like a pop pop pop. We about to have that. Okay. My mom said that she was gonna get a firearm for me. This was back when I was living with my mom. She had got her own apartment after my dad had put everybody out, and we was staying in the hotel for like a month. So I was living with her, but I think by this time, y'all, my mom had done already put me out. I probably lived with her for like a month or two, and then she had put me out. So we all was staying in the hotel. If you don't been following my story, I done said this so many times. We was staying in the hotel. What hotel was it? I forgot. But we stayed there for a month because we didn't have nowhere else to go because my dad had put us out the house. So, then after that, she had got her own apartment and she let me live with her, like I said, for maybe like a month or two. And then she had put me out. She put me out because at the time, I think I was like seeing someone. So I wasn't at home as consistently. And I had came home from work one day and she just was like, well, you have somewhere to go. Let me get my house key. And I just gave her the key and I left. I don't even think I said anything to her when she said that. I more so was in shock because when I would be around my mom, she would at times act as if my presence was disrupting her. Like sometimes it was a time like I came home and she like rolled her eyes at me. Like I had looked at her, like I came home and I had just looked at her because I knew how my mom was. This was like a consistent thing with her. So I had looked at her just to see like how she was feeling. She rolled her eyes, so that's when I knew like, okay, yeah, she not in the best mood. So let me just not say nothing. I'm gonna just go to my room. So, but then when my brother had came home, she was like, hey, like, she was happy, so I could tell she just was doing that towards me. But like I said, that was normal to me back then. That's why I did not really want to be at home consistently, and I would be gone if I had friends or whatever, because why would I want to be home and you acting like you don't like me? Like, what? So I felt like when she asked for her key, I just gave it to her because I didn't think I did anything wrong. And then plus, if I wasn't home, that means I wasn't using up her water and stuff. And I was giving her money towards the rent. So I was renting a room from her. So I didn't get why she, whatever. So she had put me out and I had ended up coming back because I was finna delete myself. I was finna delete myself and then I had called her. She came and picked me up. So by this time, I probably was back living with her, working at the Circle K. And no, what happened? No, I think I was working at the warehouse, y'all. I was working at Man and Hummel or something like that. And I think it was like 2020. And everybody was starting their own businesses and stuff. I'm pretty sure this was around that time. Everybody was starting their own businesses because a lot of people was out of work and they was just getting unemployment. But some people wasn't even getting that. I still had to go to work. I wouldn't get unemployment. So I told myself, I said, I'm going to start me a side hustle too. Like, I'm going to start me a little business too. So I wanted to make things from, like, scratch. Like, I wanted to make organic things like aloe vera. I made my own aloe vera juice. And I added sparkles in it because it was supposed to be like a glitter shimmer spray or whatever. And then I wanted to make candles. So I had ordered me some candle wax off of Amazon. So if you've ever tried to make candles at home, you know that you need some type of wax. So I had ordered these little wax pellets off of Amazon, right? And I was the type, I'm still kind of like this. When I order me some, I be wanting it to come right then and there. I be wanting to hear a knock at the door 30 minutes later with my package. Because even if it's 12 o'clock at night, because I don't know, like sometimes I would be impatient. So I was tracking the order the whole time, and it said delivered. So I probably had got off of work and I was excited. I was like, hey, like I got my wax. But I didn't see it at the door. So I came inside and I was looking in the kitchen because I was thinking, oh, maybe my mom had put it on the counter. Or maybe she did. I don't know. All I know was I ended up getting my package. No, hold up. I think my mom brought me my package. If I'm not mistaken, I could be remembering this wrong, but I don't think so. I came home and I was looking for my package. And I didn't see it nowhere. And my mom was home. And she was in her room. So I think I asked my mom, like, hey, mom, you see my package? Like, I was supposed to get a package delivered today. And she was like, oh, yeah. And I'm pretty sure she went in her room and she brought the package to me. So I took the package. I took it in my room because I was excited. Like, hey, I got my package. What a freak. I get to looking at my package, y'all. It looked like it was like a hole. Like a hole maybe like this big. Somebody had took something and like tore a hole into the package. And I assumed to see what it was because that's how big the hole was. And I just was looking at the package and it was tore up. And I was like, these people dropped off my package like this? Why would they drop off my package like this? And then I was thinking, I was like, the mailman was being nosy. Or the mailwoman, whoever. I'm like, they was being nosy with my package. So since my mom was the one that had my package, so obviously she saw it first. I went in her room because I had to, you feel me? I would have to contact the people. So I went in her room and I was just like, Mom, look at my package. Like, my package just tore up. And she was like, instantly, y'all, as soon as I get to ask her about my package, she get defensive.
That package came like that. It already was like that when I had got it. I don't know what happened to it.
Like, so she started going off on me. So instantly, I felt like she did it to my package. And you know how I know she did that to my package? Because when she started doing all that, I was just like, oh, okay, well then I'm going to contact the people. I went in my room and I did not contact those people. Because that's what she was telling me to do. She was like, you're going to have to call the people and tell them. When I went in I was just like, okay. Yeah, okay. When I went in my room, I did not contact those people because I knew that she did that to my package, bro. And I mean, call me like delusional, but I knew my mom was weird, but I didn't know she was that weird. Like, my mom was weird during my upbringing, but it's like the older she got and the older I got, she just got even more weirder. Because I genuinely did not think she did that to my package until she got so upset and defensive. I thought she was going to be like, oh, nah, like, that's toe up. Like, you need to, I don't know. I just thought she was going to react different. But when she was so defensive, I knew she did that to my package. But so then I started thinking, right? So now I'm in my room thinking. And I'm like, why would she do this to my package? Because I know my mom was nosy, but I would have thought that she would have at least removed the tape and opened up the package. Because she probably done stuff like that before. I know she done opened my mail before. So I would have thought, like, okay, if she wanted to be nosy and look and see what I bought, she would have at least opened it regular as if she got the package, right? So I was trying to understand, like, why would she just take something? And she probably took her key, because I done seen her open stuff with her key a lot. I don't know what she used, but she punctured the package, like, on the side. Like, imagine, like, a box. And she punctured the freaking package on the side and, like, tore a hole in it to see what it was, instead of just open the package. I'm not going to lie. I probably still would have felt a little type of way if she would have, well, not really, because I was used to her being nosy. Because I had been living with her my whole life, so I was used to her being weird. So I would have felt better if she would have opened the package normally and maybe closed it back up, put the tape. No, like, she stabbed a hole in my package. So I was just like, why would she do this? I'm in my room really thinking hard, like, why would she do this? So then what I came up with was she just wanted to see what was inside. So anyway, fast forward maybe like a week later or some days later, I don't remember. My brother had came to me and he was like, Yeah, you know, mom said she want to get a firearm. So me, back then I was on my fake YN stuff. Like I used to think that pew pews were cool, like firearms were cool. I used to think that. So when he told me that instantly, I was like, oh snap, like that's what's up. Like well, I was also like, mom finna be a gangster type stuff. Like she finna have her a firearm. Like, and then I was thinking in my head, like, I wanna take pictures with it. Cause like I said, I used to think that type of stuff was cool back then. And that like, oh yeah, don't play with them, they got a firearm. Whole time it was my mom's, like, you know. But anyway, so when I got to telling him, like, oh yeah, that's what's up, he was like,
Nah, she talking about getting a firearm for you.
so so when he said that, I was instantly confused. He literally told me, I swear, y'all, my brother literally told me that my mom told him that she was plotting on getting a firearm for me. So when I asked him, well, why would she say something like that? And he told me that she was afraid of me. Like basically, he said that she was afraid that I would do something to her while she was asleep. Those were his words. She was scared She was scared that I was gonna come in her room and do something to her while she was asleep. He told me this. And when he told me this, it all got to like dawning on me, like things started connecting. And let me tell you, this why things started connecting. Because my mom used to lock her room door. And I always knew my mom to be like the fake secretive type. The reason why I say fake is because my mom, like, she does things and she thinks nobody sees her. My bad. No, but I'm serious. And y'all probably got family members like this. She literally does stuff, but she thinks that in her mind, like, that she is so sneaky and that she's so much smarter than everybody that no one is going to find out that she did this. Like, she thinks that she would just be able to lie her way out of, like, anything. That is not the case. So I was used to my mom being secretive. So the fact that she would lock her room door, I think she even told us this before she even started doing it. I think she was like, yeah, I'm gonna lock my door when I go to work or whatever. Like, I didn't care. I didn't think nothing of it because I didn't want to go in her room. And then if any, the only reasons I would have to go in her room while she was not there would be like to get like Q-tips. Like, say if she had Q-tips and I didn't because I was being like a dirty butt and I didn't have my own Q-tips. I probably would try to go in her room and get her Q-tips. Or like, but sometimes my mom would have like cool makeup products and stuff. And like, sometimes, I don't know. But I wouldn't really use her makeup like that. When I was younger, like when I was a kid, I would sneak in their bathroom and like play her makeup. But the older I got, like, I wouldn't do that. So I didn't really have a reason to go in her room. So that's why I didn't care that she would lock her room door. But when he told me that she said that she wanted to get a gun for me and that she was afraid that I would come in her room in the middle of the night and do something to her, I knew that he was not lying. Now, maybe you could say he was lying and that he could have just was trying to be messy. I'm going to be honest. This is my opinion. I don't think my brother was lying on my mom. I don't think he was lying on her because she would lock, 9 times out of 10, she locked her room door when she would go to work. She locked her room door at night. So by me not caring and it going over my head that this woman is locking her room door at night and it's just her children in the house with her, I'm not realizing that she is going behind my back and making it seem like she's locking her room. Because I'm like, what they say? Like, hey, what they call them? I'm trying to think of the word. But like, basically like a weirdo. Like somebody that's going to sneak in your room. Like, yo, oh my gosh. It's like, thinking back on this, like, I never once had intention. The fact that I even have to say this is insane. But I said I'm clearing my case now because I let people lie on me. I never once had intentions of harming my mom. And if I was going to harm my mom, I would have been harmed my mom. If I was going to, especially physically do something to my own mother, I would have done something to her when she was physically harming me. When I ran back, me and my mom's relationship, as far as physical violence, because when he told me this, first of all, let me go ahead and finish the conversation, and then I'm going to get back to that. So he told me that, and he basically told me that my mom was afraid of me, and she felt like basically I was going to do something to her. So to protect herself, she had needed to go get her a firearm. So when he told me this, I don't even remember what I said back. I probably said something along the lines of like, that's crazy. I would have never thought that she would say something like that about me. Because honestly, I was taken aback. And I feel like kind of goofy because it was so much stuff going on and people was doing like things to me. And I was still looking at these people like, oh, they would never do nothing to me. Like, these people would never harm me. And it also dawned on me, too, the fact I was so happy for my mom when he told me that she was getting a firearm. One of the reasons was I would have been able to benefit because I'm thinking she getting a firearm to protect, like, her house. I'm thinking she was getting a gun. I'm going to go ahead and say it because I'm getting emotional. I was thinking she was getting a gun to protect her household from the outside. I'm not thinking she getting a gun because she in her brain is World War III going on. That woman said she was going to get a gun for me. And I never once had intentions of harming my mom. I never even hit my mom back. My mom, it was times she full force punched me in my face, square in my face. And just looked at me. It was time like literally my mom beat me up. Y'all could go on my page right now. I have a story time. My mom beat me up in the Sam's parking lot. I did not hit my mom back. If I hit my mom back, I'm pretty sure my brother would have, but you remember when you fought her? Like, you feel me? I would have been in the wrong den just for protecting myself then. And I never even protected myself then. So by me not protecting myself in those scenarios, right? I was thinking that I was showing my mom that I was not a harm or a threat to her. I thought if I let my mom punch on me and show aggression towards me and I just took the high road and I just was the bigger person, right? I thought that I was communicating to my mom that I loved her. Whole time, after all those blows I took from her, and all those fights I let her win. All those times I let her beat me with a belt. And I never once physically assaulted her back. She still turned around and told my brother, my sibling, bro, that she was going to get a gun for me. Oh my gosh. My mom. I came out her vagina, bro. And I'm not going to lie. I'm fair. If I had intentions on harming my mom, I wouldn't have felt so hurt when my brother told me this. I would have just felt like, oh, she's smart. How she know that I was, you feel what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been like, no, what? Because I was honestly shocked. So based off of my reaction, it just let me know, like, that's really crazy. No matter what I do, no matter how much I let my mom beat up on me, she will always see me as some type of threat to her. She will always see me as somebody she has to protect herself from. And y'all know how I know this is bogus? Because my mom lived with my dad. My mom was with my dad for, I think, over 20 years, either 20 years or over that. 20 years she stayed and lived with a man. And he had his own firearm. He would brag about having him a gun. My dad threatened us with his gun before. I'll probably go tell that story next. Both of my parents had threatened me with a firearm to kill me. Yeah. My mama lived with that man, slept in the same room as that man, and she wait till she move out with her kids and get her own apartment, and she's somewhere telling one sibling that she's gonna get a gun for the other sibling because she feel like that sibling gonna harm her. And my dad was the one that pushed her down. When he put everybody out, he pushed her down. My mama hit the ground. I never once pushed my mama down. The only time me and my mom, it was one time I was finally finna fight my mom. And that was the last day I seen her. So they can't even say that, oh, I done showed this aggression towards her. I done fought her. The last time I saw my mom, that was the time that I was actually finna fight her and I was gonna put my hands on her. So you see how God worked? God was like, this getting too messy. I'm gonna go ahead and pull you up out of that. That was the only time I tried to fight my mom, and I probably was gonna put my hand, but she didn't want to square up with me. She had picked up something. And that should have showed me right then and there I ain't had no business fighting her because she can't even fight me one-on-one. She fought me one-on-one when I was a kid, when I was 16 at Sam's. And then before that, when I was in middle school and she punched me square in my face, she had what? She wanted to fight then. But now that I was a grown woman and we both grown women, she didn't want to fight me. She wanted to pick up something. So I let her have it. Cool. But it's like when I heard my brother say this, y'all, this really, I don't even know, like this was really freaking crazy to me because I just never would have thought that my mom would say something like this to me. And she never would have thought, I never heard her come to me and say that she was going to get a gun for my dad. I never once she never once came to me and said that, oh, like, I don't know, y'all. I just thought that was crazy. Like, how you scared of me, but you wasn't scared of that man? After my dad pushed her down on the ground, my mom was still going over to go see my dad. Bruh, hold up. I could do you what better. When my dad pushed my mama on the ground, when my brother was trying to fight my dad that day when he was putting everybody out, my mom was the one, after I pepper sprayed my dad, because when I saw my mama hit the ground, I felt like it was too much stuff going on. So that's when I ran up and I pepper sprayed my dad. When I pepper sprayed him, my mama was the one that walked him in the house. But fast forward, I was living with her and she told my brother that she was going to get a gun for me. Yeah. And it's so crazy because if you let people talk, they going to tell on themselves every time. Because my mama used to sit back and she would say stuff like that. Like she would tell me I'm selfish. Meanwhile, I was doing stuff for her. And she would call me selfish the whole time because she was selfish. And for the longest, I let her play with my mind. I let her have my mind for the longest of time. She don't have my mind no more. Because I let her tell me these things about myself. And I thought my mom knew what was best. Because she'll tell me that I know what's best. I know you. I know you. My mama did not know me. My mama wanted to change who I really was to fit something that bettered her, that benefited her. But my mama is not God. She can't change who I am. She can't change who God made me to be. And I'm going to tell you another thing too. You listening? I realized why my mom said the things that she said as far as violence towards me. I understand why she went to the extent. Well, now, hold on, let me make sure I'm still recording. Now I understand why she went to the extent of saying she needed to get a gun for me. My mama knew after all the stuff that she did to me, if it was her, she would have done those things. If the roles were switched and I had to put my hands on my mom and I was disrespecting her for all them years, she probably would have turned on me at a certain point. If she was in my position, she probably felt like she would have been done turned on me. She would have been done did something to me if I was her mom. So I feel like after all the stuff she put me through, it gave her a guilty conscience. When people act irrational, And when people get to doing things that in reality, it don't make sense. When you talk to them, it makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, because she said this, and I peeped that she did X, Y, Z, and da da da. To them, they'll make it sound good. And that's probably what my brother fell for. That's probably why he went along with it. You feel what I'm saying? Because she probably made it sound really good. But in reality, if you really just take a second and look, that don't make no sense that a woman was married to a man for 20 years and he showed signs of aggression. He even pushed this woman down, physically assaulted her. And minutes later, she helped that same man go in the house and wipe his face after he was terrorizing, attacking us, and put us out his house. You helped this man. Now fast forward, she living with me. I never pushed my mom. I never put my hands on my mom. And she told my brother that she was going to get a gun for me. She was projecting. If you don't know what projection is, projecting is like this, right? Since my mom wanted to harm me, she wanted to harm me. She felt like I was going to harm her. Sometimes when people think things, they will assume that others is thinking the same thing. So this is how people go in rooms and people are laughing and they think, oh, are they laughing at me? Because 9 times out of 10, when that person goes out in public, they're laughing at other people. So they assume that people are laughing at them. That is projection. So since my mom had a plan to harm me, and my mom had been harming me spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally during my whole upbringing, she could not sit still and she could not sit in comfort by living in the same house as me, because at one point she seen my father as protection. Her and my dad had a similar vendetta to go against me and my brother. So since they had alliances, they would protect. My mom felt confident that my dad would protect her from me and my brother if we tried to overthrow their hierarchy, right? So when my mom was living with me and she knew the type of vendetta she had against me, in her mind, she had to protect herself. Due to the plans that she had already played out and that she was currently plotting on me at that time, her brain told her she had to protect herself from me, because her brain told her that if she was plotting against me, then I definitely was plotting against her. And that was not the case. This is how people fall into a state of psychosis. This is how you are around family members and they are accusing you of stuff. They are accusing you of stealing from them. They are accusing you of trying to harm them, trying to kill them. This is also a sign of PTSD. I have been studying this for years, so this is how I know. Now, I'm not licensed or nothing like that, so you feel what I'm saying? You could definitely do your own research. But my mom was experiencing PTSD. She was married to a man that suffered from PTSD for years. And so if you are connected to somebody that is experiencing this, 9 times out of 10, they will put you through similar trauma and you will then experience and develop the same type of, what you call it? Not mental disability. What you call it? What's PTSD? You are basically, if you with somebody for 20 years that has PTSD and is being untreated, so this person's not going to therapy, they're not taking their medication, whatever. The person that they are with or the people in the household, they will then start to experience PTSD as well. This is what I'm trying to say. My bad. I was trying to get my words together. My mom was experiencing PTSD by living by herself due to all the trauma that she had done experienced in her past household. And she projected all of that on me. Basically, she started to look at me as if I was my dad. And I'm not my dad. So that's why she felt the need to basically protect herself. But in reality, she looked at crazy. She looked at crazy because I never once shown the same type of aggression that my dad shown her, and that is facts. Yeah. What else do I want to say? Hold on. Because I don't want this video to be too long. So at the end of the day, with all that being said, I'm glad that my mom put me out. With all the things that my mom was experiencing that she was going through, I'm glad that she put me out, because my mom probably would have ended up physically harming me. And I have a lot of family members that question, how am I able to be where I am today? There are people that question how I'm even still alive. I've had people do witchcraft on me. People have tried to attack me spiritually. People have tried to set me up. They tried to attack me physically. But every time they go find me, I'm never where I was. I'm telling you, I'm always up and moving, baby. I'm always up and moving. Juking them. Juking them. Every time they come looking for me, I ain't never where I was. I can't tell you how many people they done went back to my old apartment knocking on my door. I ain't there. It's a whole nother family there. You can't find me. I'm gone. Because if you tell me to get up out your life, guess what I'm going to do? Get the fuck on. Period. That's what I'm going to do. Anyway, my family questions, how did I get away from them unscathed? They question how their attacks did not work. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how I got away from my family without them being able to disrupt what God has for me. The way I was able to escape the attacks is that I did not have any attacks for them. When people try to come against you, whether it's just them or they go get alliances, so they may form a group of people, through this, they run a smear campaign. So if someone wants to tear you down or if someone wants to take out some type of vendetta against you, they will go around and they will smear your name to other people. They will talk about you. They will say you're a liar. They will say that you're disrespectful. They'll say, oh, I can't say anything to her because every time I try to say something to her, it turns into XYZ. These people, they will lie on you. And they will go and they will find people to also make them mad at you. So that now they're all going against you, right? Now listen to me, right? When people do this, if you have negative intentions for them, then whatever plan they have against you may or may not work. Because you too have a negative plan and negative intentions for them. Whatever you put out, you shall receive. You know how I know this? We breathe every day. We have normalized breathing. When you come out your mother's womb and you come into this world, you take your first breath. When you breathe out, you got to breathe back in. Whatever you put out, you got to get it back. So if you put out negative intentions and you say, oh, I want this person to fail. I want this person to be poor. I want what this person has. I don't want this person to reach where they're going. When people send that out, they have to receive it back. So if they are putting that out to me and I'm putting out that same type of negative intention of, I don't want this person to make it, I want this person dead, then that is how that energy will basically attach itself to said person. The fact that I did not have negative intentions for my family, I still don't. I still want my family to make it because I know they will. I pray they doing good right now because I know it's hard out here. But at the end of the day, I never would have wanted my family members to be homeless. I never would have wanted my family members to go without. I never would have wanted my family members to stay stuck their whole life. So when they sent that energy towards me, baby, I'm going to tell you something about the Holy Spirit. When they sent that energy towards me, they had to get it back because I wasn't sending that back to them. I was wishing them well. I was wishing them peace. I was wishing them good health. I was wishing that they broke free from that bondage that was keeping them stuck. I was wishing that they broke free from whatever was hurting them. So guess what? Since that's what I was sending out, that's what I got back. And that's what I'm living right here, right now. That's why I'm up and alive. Because I was praying that they stayed alive. When my brother came to me and was telling me he wanted to kill himself, I prayed for my brother. So that's what I got back. So whatever he wanted for me, he got to take that on for himself. That's why these people are experiencing the same or similar hardships that they tried to put me through, or even worse. because I never would have wished that for them. But the fact that they wanted that for me, they got to take that on for themselves. That's why you don't need to be out here just wishing death and wishing harm on people, because you're cursing yourself. These people thought they was hurting me. My mama thought she was hurting me. She never would have thought she was hurting herself. She may have got me in the moment. All them years back, she may have got me back then. But I don't talk to her now. I'm on my YouTube channel exposing it. That made me feel good about myself, because now I'm not alone. When I was living with her, I was by myself. I couldn't tell nobody. I tried to tell people I was going through. They ain't believe me. They thought I was lying. My mama had done went and lied to me so bad. My mama had done went and lied on me so bad to my other family members. I could not pick up the phone and call for help, because they was already looking at me like I was the bad guy, because my mama went and told them that I was doing the stuff to her that she was doing to me. It was a long time. I could not tell my story because people did not believe me, because the people went out and rushed out before me and lied. And I'm the type of person, this how they was able to do it. Because a lot of times I move with ease. I move with ease. This is what they don't know. This is what went over their head. They thought I was weak. They thought those times I let them yell at me that, oh, she weak. She can't stand up for herself. They ain't know I was giving them grace. It was a lot of people. I let them buck up at me and try to fight me, and I didn't lay a hand on them. They thought I was weak. Whole time I was moving with ease. I was moving with grace. Because they can't do that now. You can't do it now. I'm telling you, bro. They thought I was dumb whole time. They never would have known I loved them. And I'm going to tell you another thing too. The reason why my mom wanted me to be a bad person, my mom cannot admit to herself that I am not who she tried to make me out to believe. And this is why. And I respect it. She can't admit, she can't admit to herself that I am not who she tried to make me out to be. Because if she admits that I am a good person and that I am not who she said I was, she's admitting that she's a liar. That is her admitting to herself how terrible of a person that she really is. And she would rather make me out to be a terrible person than to admit to herself that she has not been the person that she thought she was. And I respect it, because that is a hard pill to swallow. If you can maintain that type of lifestyle, go ahead. I couldn't be able to maintain that. Do you know how stressful that is, to continue to wake up every day and lie to yourself and tell yourself somebody did something to you that you know you did to them? Do you know how hard that is? That's why, I ain't gonna get into it. But I don't want this video to be too long, y'all. Hopefully my next video will be the story time about my dad threatening to kill, but it was me and my brother. It wasn't just me at the time, it was me and my brother. He threatened to take out a gun and pew us or whatever. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This was a very serious video for me, because this was something that had hurt me back then. And I'm just glad to tell it now, because now I got people that know that I'm not freaking lying. Because time gonna tell. People can lie, but time ain't gonna lie. You can lie, but God ain't gonna lie. God gonna tell the truth. They're gonna be like, okay, yeah, you said what? And they did that? Oh, okay, cool. And then the truth gonna come out. And now they looking stupid. Well, why she say that? Well, why she talk about it? Why this on the internet? Anyway, so make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm going to see you in my next video. And say bye to Flair. Yeah.